The other important thing is at the moment for Bitcoin. That trend line I have got. If we connect the previous highs, $73,800 and $109,000, that gives us a very important resistance line. And the price about $134,000 depends when Bitcoin can contact this trend line. I think this trend line is going to work as a really important and strong resistance. The first thing is Bitcoin is above the 20 MA on weekly time frame for a few weeks, and I'm not expecting any more of that Bitcoin to crash below that, but maybe we see rejection or pull back to the downside for Bitcoin according to the fear and greed I told you earlier. And if we check Bitcoin on daily time frame, we have reached to the very important resistance area at the moment, which is about $106,000. Hello, and welcome back to my trading, educational, and analytical videos. Hope you're doing well. Okay, this is dollar index on monthly time frame. We had 4 months in a row falling to the downside for dollar index, and now we're seeing a bounce to the upside. Eventually, I'm expecting dollar index to reach to about a very important support area. We have got about 95, but at the moment it's bouncing to the upside to the level about 102. I have got very important horizontal resistance line in here at the moment, which is the white line you can see on the chart. I'm expecting in the next few days and weeks to see more rejection for dollar index to the downside to 70.2% of Fibonacci retracement, but after that the main support area is about 94.7. And when the dollar index reaches to that area, that might be the top for stock market and cryptocurrencies. The global liquidity chart is still rising to the upside. As you can see, the red one is global liquidity, the white one is Bitcoin. I did mention when the global liquidity reaches to the top, then with delay about 75 days to about 3 months, Bitcoin follows that as well. And now Bitcoin has started to rise to the upside about a few weeks ago. The global liquidity is rising to the upside one more time, and the top of the global liquidity was about $108 trillion, and it might in the next few months is going to break that resistance to the upside to pass $108 trillion. Let's check the fear and greed index now. When the market was so fearful and the price of Bitcoin was about $76,000 to about $80,000. I did mention it's a very good support for Bitcoin, and it is a really good time to buy Bitcoin. But at the moment we are seeing market is greedy again. According to that, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to crash to the downside. But this greedy zone we have by about 73 can gives us a rejection or a pullback to the downside for Bitcoin price, which I'm going to show you on the chart as well. The S&P 500 I have got in here on weekly time frame. After the crash we had to the downside, S&P 500 price stopped at the previous low it has got on weekly time frame, and now it started to rise to the upside again. And on weekly time frame, as the S&P 500 made a higher low, but the RSI made a lower low. That means we have bullish divergence on weekly time frame for S&P 500. And according to this bullish divergence, I'm expecting by the end of this year S&P 500 to reach to about $6,700 to about $6,800. And that is going to be my main target. My major target for S&P 500 and this rise to the upside for S&P 500 that makes Bitcoin bullish to the upside to make new all-time highs. Before we go on another charts, please take a second of your time and press the like button and subscribe to our channel. I really appreciate it.
Okay guys, sorry for interrupt, but this is how we did trade markets in April 2025. Last month, as you can see, we did trade cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum. We did trade Forex like Euro Pound and Euro USD, and we also trade gold with huge profits. We had 25 trade last month, but only 6 stops. That means 19 trade gave us very huge profits in pips. To join our VIP channel, please visit the link in the description.
According to this monthly chart I've got in here for Bitcoin, I did mention about these 3 candles we have got in here. I told you this is a morning star pattern for Bitcoin on monthly time frame, and I showed you the picture I have got in here. I did tell you, because of that, I'm expecting the next 3 to 4 months is going to be very bullish for Bitcoin. Now, if we go on weekly time frame for Bitcoin according to this chart I've got here, the first thing is Bitcoin is above the 20 MA on weekly time frame for a few weeks, and I'm not expecting any more of that Bitcoin to crash below that, but maybe we see rejection or pull back to the downside for Bitcoin according to the fear and greed I told you earlier. I'm expecting the 20 MA on weekly time frame work as a really strong support for Bitcoin, and I'm not expecting Bitcoin price to reach to that level at the moment, which is about $93,000, and I'm expecting Bitcoin to stay above $95,000. The other important thing is at the moment for Bitcoin, that trend line I have got. If we connect the previous highs, $73,800 and $109,000, that gives us a very important resistance line. And the price about $134,000 depends when Bitcoin can contact this trend line. I think this trend line is going to work as a really important and strong resistance. And if we check Bitcoin on daily time frame, we have reached to the very important resistance area at the moment, which is about $106,000. The price about $104,000 to $106,000 is a very important resistance area at the moment for Bitcoin, and according to that fear and greed I just showed you earlier, and we are at the greedy level, maybe we're going to see a pullback or rejection for Bitcoin to about $95,000. But I'm expecting a push to the upside very quick from the buyers and break the all-time high and push the price of Bitcoin to about $130,000 in the next weeks and months. As always, let me know what you expect. Thank you so much for the support on a recent video. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next video.